Hello everyone! There aren't many tutorials on ledge climbing for Godot, so I decided to make one. This implementation is my own, and while it's not optimal in some ways, it's what it is, and maybe it will help someone. I use a state machine split into multiple scripts, but it's not essential and you can just do the same in your own character control script. First, we'll need animations, a hanging animation and a climbing animation. In my case, it is on ledge and climb. We will need to add two recasts to the character to detect the ledge. When the top recast doesn't collide and the bottom one does, we are on the ledge. Write in a condition in the script. If the character is in a fallen state and the upper recast collides but the lower one doesn't, we go into the hanging on a ledge state, or in my case, climb state. Let's add an additional collider. This is simply a line with zero width that the character will use to cling to the ledge. In the script, we'll set a condition so that when entering the climbing state, the collider activates and also moves slightly to cling to the ledge. Next, I added a slight movement towards the ledge so that the character appeared to stick to the ledge. In the fall state, we also need to remove recast for a split second so that the character can freely fall from the ledge. In the physics process, in my state this is an update, we simply play the animation and observe the triggers switching to other states. For example, release the ledge or release the ledge and turn around. I added apply gravity, although in fact we don't really need it here, everything will work without it. The character now hangs on the ledge. I also added a small timer to prevent the character from climbing up immediately after hanging. Now we get to the most interesting part, climbing on the ledge. Due to the Godot specifics, we'll have to use a couple of dirty tricks here. First, play the climb animation. Here I also add two flags. This processing is needed to block user input while we are climbing. This transition is needed to prevent the looping animation from playing while we are climbing. In fact, the character essentially remains in place. When the animation finished, we simply change the character collider shape and global position. Here we might encounter our first problem. The character will try to fit into places it can't. Adding a shapecast 2D that replicates the collider of the sitting character. Great, but not quite. If we try to squeeze into a tight spot, the ledge-grabbing collider will get in the way. We need to turn it off. Now, the second problem. The character, upon landing on the ledge, immediately tries to stand up. In my case, she has a raycast that, while sitting, detects whether there is an obstacle overhead and whether she can stand up. However, after repositioning, it doesn't work. The solution is simple. We just need to skip one physics frame and everything will work.
Good guess, but actually no.
Actually, two frames are needed, and I have no idea why. And one last problem. When moving to a new position, the animation player continues playing the old animation, and at high frame rates, this is noticeable. I've tried various approaches, including playing an empty animation or a sitting animation, but it still doesn't help. Another annoying glitch that will have to be fixed with another dirty tree. We stop the animation player for a split second and make our character invisible when moving to the ledge, and then visible again. Voila! Now everything works exactly as we intended. I hope this tutorial helps you, and if so, hit the like button. Also subscribe if you are interested in following the development of my own game. Have a great day and good luck in development.